Have you ever had something so absurd happen to you that you just have to share it? During a long and arduous job search, I've dealt with a lot of rejection and ghosting, but one of the most ridiculous things I've dealt with was specific to one interview. It was an attempt at gaining a grasp on someone's personality without the usual short interview, except it was made in the strangest way. Two stock images put next to each other, sometimes with an associated phrase. You have to pick one, even if they're nearly identical, or on the other end of the spectrum. It was this behavioral interview that kind of broke me in a way. I had to share it with my friends. After all, this seemed just so strange, as if aliens had made it. Like, what purpose could these hoops serve beyond humiliating the candidate? That's how I felt anyways. And that's why I made Interview Simulator. It was just a fascination with one interview that seemed like it was made in Bizarro Land. Development was fairly quick, taking only 2 months to make a few minigames, all the art and dialogue, and the engine itself, which drove dialogue and questions. I purposefully made the game rough around the edges and fairly scuffed, partially because it's easier, partially because it sets the mood for the game. You see, Heart is a dysfunctional company, and you're joining their weird otherworldly company, so it's natural that it's held together with glue. The interview that inspired the game never really went anywhere for me. I went through the motions as set forth by the recruiter, but was insulted multiple times by them. One time they asked me if I was enthusiastic about their opportunity. This was after they forgot my name and forgot if they ever talked to me before. That kind of thing. After that, they scheduled a technical interview a week later with a person in a completely different department from mine who had no understanding of the questions they were asking, making it impossible to have a fair evaluation of me. I basically understood the moment that I heard that they weren't from the department that I was interviewing into, that the recruiter was just trying to set me up for failure. I was tempted to tell him at this point that I no longer cared about the position due to how I was being treated by my recruiter, but decided not to. At the end, I asked how he thought I had done, and he just said, "Your recruiter will tell you about that," and left the call as if to say, "I'm only here to go through the motions." The next day, I received a 2-sentence email from the recruiter saying my results of the tech assessment was not ample enough to move forward with me. I don't think her fucking intelligence is ample enough to recruit people, but that's besides the point. Today, I'm happy to say that I'm employed, technically. But that's all for this video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And peace. Okay, so that technical interview, I was supposed to have a problem-solving question at the end of it. So it was basically supposed to be like something to determine mathematically or something. But instead, this guy asks me, how would you estimate all the number of gas stations in the world? That's not a... That's not a fucking question. I almost wanted to call him a fucking dumbass, but it's an interview. I already know they're a dumbass.